Okay, so I had I say the honor and the privilege of being in Woodridge, Illinois, to see, I guess, to be the Illinois premiere of The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts. Which, for those who don't know, that is the documentary that DDP essentially shot while helping to bring Jake back. By bring Jake back, I mean, at the beginning of the film, he was pretty much 300-pound addict. And it was that 18-month journey from where he was, where he couldn't move. You know, he had all these bad injuries, he had a rough life. They do a tremendous amount when it comes to my phone's messing, so I'll plug it real quick. So they do a really great job showing where he was. They talk about a little bit of his life history. They talk to a tremendous amount of other wrestlers about why he is important. For some strange reason, I keep on getting what looks like a jump every now and then as I'm doing this. Hopefully you're not seeing it. If I see it when I'm looking at the camera. So they've got a little bit from Jericho, DiBiase, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Edge. You know, they talk with a really good amount of guys about how Jake impacted them. And of course, DDP, a lot of DDP talking. If you follow DDP on YouTube, you'll see a lot of snippets from this. And they show the moments that were on TMZ when Jake was at his lowest that was caught on camera. So the beginning was showing Jake at his house, you know, having him go through stuff and getting him to really open up on camera. And that is some devastating stuff to watch. And then there was time when he comes to Paige's house, the accountability group in Atlanta, and battling the addiction, and knowing that he is a liar and he is an addict, and them really trying to provide him the foundation to turn his life around. And he stumbles, he does, but the foundation is still to pick him back up and to help him become the man that he needs to be. And they throw a lot of really great tidbits. You know, when they talk with Roberts, they're like, you know, so what do you think you learned? He's like, my history is not my destiny. And I'm like, that is a perfect thing to describe something like this. And then it's like, it's progress, not perfection. I'm like, man, these are just slogans that you should have tattooed on your body, make you be like, oh man, today's just gonna be a bit. As long as I go forward, not backwards. Describing, you know, you think about a car, the windshield looks in front of you, and it's the big portion. The rear view is a small portion. Like, you need to be looking forward, not constantly looking backwards. Jake talks about how he spent no time with his kids. About how his dad was a wrestler, his dad was never there, and he's like, I'm going to be there for my kids. He's like, I wasn't. He knew nothing of his grandkids. So you get to see him make all those connections all over again. And then Scott Hall comes into the picture. And if you don't recall, Scott Hall, when he first showed up, he was in a wheelchair. He was beaten, he was battered, he was broken. Mind, body, soul, all gone. All gone. But he saw what Jake was doing. He saw how Paige was helping him. And he knew that could be his way of coming back too. And this is a powerful hour and a half. If you're a wrestling fan, watch this, jakethesnake.com, buy it. This is an absolutely amazing film. If you've ever dealt with any sort of addiction, get this film. This could very easily be one of the single most life-changing things you could probably watch. And then afterwards, a Q&A. Initially, it was supposed to be Paige, Roberts, and Hall. As you know, Roberts dealing with cancer right now. And it's so horrible if he makes all this progress. But you find he is a fighter. He is going to fight cancer. He's going to give cancer DDT. He's going to keep on moving. He's going to keep on going forward. Page, other reasons he couldn't make it, so we had Hall. Hall comes down. Where we were at was Hollywood Boulevard in Woodridge. If you've ever been there, oh, this is a movie lover's dream. Nice setup. You stand in the lobby that's just full of memorabilia. A little bit of new stuff, predominantly it's the old classics. You walk down what looks like a street, which is lined with black and white pictures of legitimate movie stars and little props here and there. So we're in, I think it's called I'll call it the Oriental Room. So that's the way, I think it's called the Red Room on their website. And you sit down in an office chair like what I've got here, just more comfortable, with the little table in front of you. And before the movie starts, you meet your wait staff. That's what they serve you food while watching a movie. And it's tiered in such a way that they really don't block your line of sight. So we got to have some pretty awesome boneless wings called the Birds. Yeah, all food-related puns. And I had a Terminator, which is a double Schwarzenegger. Great stuff. Amazing food. Reasonably priced, too. Me and a buddy ate for like $50. And then Hall comes walking down. I'm standing up, clapping. He looks at me and he's like, "How's it going?" And just questions, boom, boom, boom. For a man who's lost a lot, he has got a razor sharp wit. And it's like, if you've seen the movie, he goes, I haven't. I come in towards the end when it's happy. He's like, I can't watch the movie. He's like, I'm ashamed of that man. He's like, I can't watch me. And he's in such a good place right now. And then afterwards, I got to do a little photo with him. I got 3 of them. So for $20, I got 3 photos. Looks the same because he went boom, boom, boom. And he was like, that's a nice shirt, man. He's going to be in NXT next week talking with some of the younger guys. And, he's also trying to do like a cooking show and stuff like that with DDP called like Dude Food. He did, of course, talk about the DDP Center. I think it's Smyrna, Georgia, 20 minutes from the airport. You guys know I watched NXT. We talked about that for a couple seconds. Really personable guy. He is. You can tell that he's relaxed. Because imagine, like when I'm relaxed, all this stuff is so much fun. And it seems like he's there and he's enjoying it. He is loving what he's doing. And as you watch in the early parts of the film, you can tell that Roberts wanted to kill himself. Hall wanted to kill himself. You really had that moment where they had just no hope in their lives. There was no hope. There was no love. So all they had was that hate and that darkness inside them. And through like the kickstarting stuff, they showed Roberts like after the first day, and there was $7,000 in there. He was like, "This is after one day," and that's what hit. He's like, and people do care. And with Hall, I gave money for the Robert's shoulder. I gave a little bit of money for Scott's leg, so my name is in the credits. I mean, to me that was amazing. I was like, I just did a little bit. I gave, I want to say, like $25 to each one. I just gave a little bit. But you still got to be part of that process. You got to do some good. You got to show these guys that you care. As you're watching the film, I was watching with my buddy, and he goes, "Man, you don't come to look at Awesome in that film?" He goes, "It's Paige." I worked out with Paige in Utica twice, and the Paige that they show in that movie is the Paige that you meet. Met him a couple times and dang, that is him. That is him. You know what keeps him excited? There's a tomorrow on the calendar. Right now, it's pretty good. Tomorrow's going to be better. That is Paige. That is his mindset. He is the living embodiment of hope. And you can tell that with Roberts and Hall, there is no hope. It was gone. There was no compassion. There was no love. And then through this simple act of the fans getting together and doing some of the crowdsourcing and things of that, and just DDP setting that up, it allowed all of us to show another human being, you matter, you have worth. You don't think you do. You think no one loves you and that's it. But there are people who care about you. And there's enough of them that you're down, you're out, but there's a lifeline. And there are people who want to see you succeed. And Paige is the architect of that. He lays the foundation. They have to put the work in. They have to do their part. But the awesome thing with the crowdsourcing is it allows us, the fans, to do our part too. You know, when it comes to the wrestlers, they provide so much entertainment for us. There's that moment where you feel like they're a part of your life. And through reciprocity, you're a part of their life. And for a lot of us, they don't really find that out because you're up here. It's when you get down here that you realize that those people who were with you when you're up here, a lot of them are still with you when you're down here. That's an amazing message. This is an amazing film. Again, JakeTheSnakeMovie.com. Be careful how you type that in. Steve Wu was there. I probably butchered it. It's probably you. I'm sorry. Did a fantastic job. It's an amazing film. And I think they tried to get enough theaters that it could potentially get up at least for like an Oscar nod, in like documentary categories. But this film was so perfect. You know, there are moments where you're gonna cry. Oh, you're gonna cry. When you're watching, you know, Jake Roberts have like that emotional like breakthrough and breakdown at the same time, it hits you right in the feels. It does. There's just no way around that. When you're listening to Paige talk about it, you know, when Scott Hall's laying in bed, he was like, "Man, I think everybody cared." He's getting choked up. It's that's some powerful stuff, man. That's oh, that's oh.